Dreamweaver CS4 is the industry standard application for quickly building and maintaining standards-compliant websites and applications. Dreamweaver contains built-in support for almost any web-based standard and technology that you can think of. To help speed development, Dreamweaver is fully integrated with other Adobe Creative Suite applications, including Fireworks, Photoshop, and Flash, and that allows you to create feature-rich workflows. This video will be a brief overview of Dreamweaver and some of its more powerful capabilities. First, we'll focus on Dreamweaver's interface. Dreamweaver CS4 features Adobe's new OWL, or OS Widget Library, interface. The adoption of the OWL interface in Dreamweaver creates a consistent experience for users as they navigate between Adobe software and allows for several layers of customization. So let's take a closer look at the interface. Up top, we have our new application bar, which contains the menu, some quick access icons that allow us to change things like layout, extending Dreamweaver, or managing our site. And we also have our workspace switcher. Now, the workspace switcher allows us to access any workspace, either one of the predefined workspaces, or if you have some custom ones, those would show up as well. Now, the interface itself is fully customizable. I can undock panels, create new panel groupings, I can collapse panels to icons, and even further collapse them by changing that dividing line so they are in truth just icons. And anytime I want, I can switch back to another workspace to reset, so it's incredibly flexible and customizable. Now, Dreamweaver's document workflow contains an integrated focus on CSS. From creating new pages based off of pre-built CSS-driven starter pages to controlling formatting and layout in your own pages, Dreamweaver adds CSS control to every step of the process. As part of this workflow, the Properties Inspector now lets you edit and create styles based on the focused element. So I'm going to switch over to my feature page, and I'm going to click somewhere in the body copy. Well, here in the body copy, let's say I want to change this font. If I hover over the font in the Properties Inspector, it tells me exactly which rule is controlling that property. I can use the Targeted Rule pull-down menu to make sure that I'm targeting the specific rule. Then I can make a change to that. That could result in a site-wide change or simply a change to this selected element. It would depend upon the rule that I'm modifying. Now, of all the new workflows in Dreamweaver CS4, the one that will probably impact your day-to-day workflow more than any other is the combination of Live View, the Code Navigator, and related files. Live View gives you a more accurate preview of CSS and allows you to interact with your page's JavaScript or Flash functionality. The Code Navigator makes it easy to identify and edit styles based on your selected elements. And Related Files gives you quick access to the external files that define your page's presentation and interactivity, which makes working with compound documents in Dreamweaver even easier. Well, going back to our feature page for just a moment, it doesn't look exactly the way we want it to. We're not seeing this placeholder data on the page, and we're not able to interact with any of this Spry-based interactivity. Now, Spry is Adobe's Ajax framework, and we'll talk about it in more detail in just a moment. So if I turn Live View on and hit F4 to collapse all of my panels, I get to see the layout as it's intended without having to preview it in the browser. Even more importantly, this CSS and JavaScript-based interactivity is now available to me directly here inside Dreamweaver. Now, let's say we want to make a change. So perhaps we don't like this close button. Well, I can use Live View to freeze my JavaScript, and now it won't respond to any clicking, so my user-based interactivity is frozen for the moment. I can access my Code Navigator, and in doing that, I can hover through the applied styles to get a summary of them, find the one that I'm looking for, and click. Here, Related Files takes over. It opens the related external CSS file here, jumps me directly to the rule that I've asked for, and makes it very easy for me to edit this and change the color. When I save this, if I go back into Design View and turn Live View back on again, now I can see the change that I've made, and now the close button is appearing in white. Perfect. Well, anyone looking to add Ajax functionality to their site will love Dreamweaver's Spry integration. Spry is Adobe's Ajax framework, and in Dreamweaver, adding advanced Ajax interactivity and functionality to your page requires little to no coding. All related CSS and JavaScript files needed for your Spry elements are automatically added to your site. Spry elements can range from a simple form validation widget all the way to advanced data integration and scripted visual effects. Here we can see an example of the rich client-side validation made possible by using Spry validation widgets. If the form is submitted incorrectly, the user gets feedback. As the user begins to fill the form out, the user gets additional feedback to assist in filling out the form. And when items have been filled out correctly, the user is given feedback for that as well. Spry also allows you to bring in external XML and XHTML datasets and display the information on the page as static or as dynamically interactive elements. Here we have a simple HTML table, and we're going to take this information and display it in an interactive master detail region. So I'll switch back to calendar.html, make sure my live view is turned on again, and we're seeing this data again, but we're seeing it presented in a dramatically different way. Notice that if we click on these master regions, the detail region updates with the information from the table. This information is being pulled live from the table as well, so if the table were updated, the information would update on this page as well. That allows you to have a single source of information which can be shown throughout your entire site. One of the reasons that Dreamweaver has been so successful is that the program has always been designed with managing sites as a clear focus. The Files panel offers you a central location to open files, create new files, manage links and relationships, and upload files to remote servers. Now, while we haven't examined all of Dreamweaver's considerable capabilities, I think it's easy to see why Dreamweaver is the industry-standard web development tool. Powerful workflows centered around standards-based technologies make creating and deploying professional sites easy and efficient.